The Singer Tradition has 23 built-in stitches. Now notice, some of your stitches are black and some of the stitches are blue. So if they're black, you want to be on the stitch length between 0 and 4. But if you want the blue stitches, just turn it to the blue S1. Blue stitches are actually stretch stitches. That's what the S stands for. So as you're sewing, let's go ahead and turn it to a stitch length about 2.5. That's about normal for most fabrics. If your fabrics are thicker, you're going to want a longer stitch length, which by the way you can turn while you're stitching. And shorter stitches for finer fabrics or when you're doing a buttonhole, that's what that is for. But if you wanted to go ahead and turn it to the blue stitch, that's a triple straight stitch by the way. Let's just go ahead and turn it to the S1. You don't have to have anything else set. It's already preset for you. And that's 2 stitches forward and 1 stitch back. This is actually a really nice stitch. If you're going to take your fabric out, remember, turn your hand wheel towards you, bring the take-up lever to the highest position, lift up your presser foot, and use the little cutter on the side of your machine. So this is a very reinforced stitch, but it's also a stretch stitch if it was on stretchy fabric. So any stitch that you want in the blue section, all you have to do, leave it on S1. Now now for these stitches that are a little bit more of a zigzag, this is where you'll adjust the width. So if you want the widest stitch, just go ahead and turn it all the way up to 5. You can adjust it while you sew, but for the widest stitch, that is how easy it is to pick your stitch. Now, if you are changing stitches, I would recommend that you make sure the needle is out of the fabric. So just make sure it's not in the fabric because it's going to kind of shift from left to right, and you don't want to maybe bend that needle in the fabric you're stitching on. But we've got all sorts of different stitches. They can be stitched with variegated thread. They can look very decorative, but they are utility. Some of them are utility stitches as well. So have some fun trying out all your stitches. You have your reverse button. We have tension. Those are things that we will get into as we continue doing these nice, quick, short videos on the Singer Tradition sewing machine.